Hawaiian FM 100.3, 99.1, and of course online at kaparadio.com. A special Kapa Cafe as we get to talk story with the legend, award-winning, Grammy-nominated. I know the list goes on. Henry Kapono. Aloha.
Thank you. Hey, how you guys doing?
We're
Good. How are you, Uncle? Good to see you, man.
How's everybody on the Big Island?
Awesome.
Yeah, we're good. We're doing well. We're doing well.
I miss it.
You, in fact, you were almost resident musician with us at the World Tour.
Almost.
Yeah. That was the only time I'd see you, like,
in resident is COVID, so
yeah.
Got to get him out of town.
Yeah.
So Jazz, we got some wind of some brand new music. Tell me about that, Jazz. What you got from the manager?
Oh yeah. Well, what is interesting, Uncle, is that as you know, I don't want to always try to advertise you or talk to you about as like you're somebody coming back, because you never left.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, you never. So you can't say, you can't say that. Yeah,
it's like a long weekend.
Yeah, right. Summer vacation for past 40 years or something. Yeah, how you have managed to stay active not only through the times but through the technology and everything else. And as I get your new projects, every time you get a new one, it always seems reflective somewhat of what's going on in your life at that time.
It is, especially this new Sunny Town playlist. I wrote that during this COVID pandemic, and I just felt like we can all get down and angry and all this negative stuff, or we can take ourselves up and look above all of that and try to see beyond that and see where we want to be. Right now seems like we're being distracted, but even that so we still have to look forward and beyond everything that's right in front of us that's not working. So got to keep on keeping on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems as technology and advancements come, musicians tend to get more spoiled. Like, back in the day, like if you only had a piece of junk guitar, you made music with it. If you only had ways to record, like a little tape recorder, you recorded. If there was only way somebody could see you, you put an amplifier in the middle of the street and you perform. Now it's like, what? Can I have concert? Oh, I'm done.
I know that's too bad. I mean, I can understand that, but they still got to keep on keeping on. Music is what's in our soul. It's what's in our heart, and that doesn't leave unless you just dump it. And you can't. As a musician, you got to hang on to what you have and what you believe in, and trust yourself that you can get above and beyond all that's going on.
Henry, how do you keeping on? What are some of the things that you're doing? I mean, of course, new music, so there's inspiration, but what are you doing during this time to keep positive?
Well, I kind of look at the things that I do have, how fortunate I am, and how grateful I am to have a healthy family, a wonderful wife, good management, a team that supports me and loves me, and I try to keep everything in positive, and I created this positive world virtue where I do virtues. I was doing it for the first 100 days, and now we're kind of mixing it up to every other day because we're starting to get a little busy trying to find our way.
Like a full-time job too, yeah.
So, but it's all positive, trying to keep positive, send positive vibrations out to, my audience and people out there, and having them share that feeling of love and aloha with the world, because the world needs that, man. I always believe we are the heart of the world.
Mm-hmm.
We can make a difference with the aloha and our spirit. So we got to keep that spirit alive.
Speaking of aloha, we had the opportunity to speak to some other musicians on Hawaii Island and elsewhere, but your Henry Kapono Foundation, talk about aloha. tell us a little bit about the impact that the foundation has made with our local musicians.
Well, you know, when this first pandemic started and we all were losing our jobs were being canceled, hotels were closing up, bars are closing up, everything was closing up, you know. My wife and I sat down and said, well, if this is happening to me, to us, then it's happening to all the musicians. So we felt like we needed to do something. And we had a foundation that we just started 2 years ago. And we said, maybe it's time to work the foundation in and see what we can do to help our Hawaii's musicians in need. So we developed this program application for musicians to sign up, and we gave out $500 Foodland gift cards, and we've already given out $175,000 worth of gift cards. Wow. to almost 400 musicians and families.
Wow.
So it's you know, I couldn't do it without my team and without the people that have been making the donations, and that's been real inspiring and real it really makes me feel good that I can help the music community, because music, you got to keep that music going. The world without music is empty.
Yeah.
And Uncle, you've this has been your occupation your whole life, yes? You know, some musicians take a break, work construction a little while, you know what I mean? I mean, this has been your primary occupation forever, yeah?
Yeah, this is it. You know, this is all I know, all I want to know, and all I want to do. When I was in high school, I tried construction. I tried moving line, smite the smoother mover. I tried roofing. I thought that maybe that would be something I'd get into, but then, you know, playing the guitar was so much more easier and so much more fun, and I still have fun with it. So, you know, it's been music's been good to me, and you know, so I need to just know that that's my path, that's my what I need to do or keep doing.
Yeah.
I love it, you know.
On your music now, you know, as we, of course, as we listen to all the hits, there's a particular sound that was kind of in the Eagles era. There was a lot of R&B influence as well, so you can hear the soul in it. And with you being solo now and having so many years of rubbing elbows with the who's who of rock and roll, would you say that that's where your sound has kind of gone, more from that kind of that James Taylor Eagles kind of thing to having a little bit more acoustic rock influence now? Because I hear that sometimes in a lot of your music now.
Yeah, you know, I just felt like that was the right vibe to put out, and you know, all this banging around. I hear, you know, the stuff I listen to nowadays. There's some good stuff in there, but there's a lot of banging and noise and stuff. And I thought maybe I'll just kind of like tone it down a little bit and find another avenue that I can put my music through, where it kind of like embraces people, makes people feel good, and it's not pushing or shoving them into it, but just embracing them and letting them into it. Welcome into my positive world.
You know, they always say that the best songwriters come from this older era, right? What do you think is the difference between the words of, like, those words of the past songs to like words now? Like I've run into people like, man, I wrote this song in 5 minutes. I'm like, wow. You know, I've known people it takes a year to write a song. You know, what do you think is the difference in songwriting nowadays? You know, you've got hundreds of hits. You know.
You know, I think you just got to pay attention to the times. You know, as every generation or every decade moves along, music starts to change. You know, and you got to find your place in that without disrupting your audience, but also getting more audience, building your audience. You know, and I think you really got to pay attention to what's going on around you, and how can you affect it in a positive way. And you know, it's not easy, but you know, I sit around thinking a lot.
Yeah.
But but it's you know, once I figure what I want to do, then I feel really good about it, and I believe in it, and I go for it.
So tell
I
us,
mean, I'm not right all the time, but you know, I keep trying. So
Yep. Yep.
tell us about this project of who's involved in it, and you know, tell us the manao behind this journey.
well, yeah. Well, the band I've had the Lopaka's been with me for 15 years. Conrad, my drummer's been with me for 10 years, 11 years going on, and my bass player just started with me a year, almost a year ago, and they've become so tight, and they're such loyal to me that I just wanted to really focus on their talent and how they interpret my music. And you know, they just do a great job. I kept wanting to keep it lean. There's only bass, drums, and my guitar, vocals, and percussions. And I wanted to keep it lean and have everybody shine within that whole um, every song. You know, they have a place in every song. So you know, it's a group thing, it's a family thing, it's a band thing, and it's a good thing.
The kids aren't old enough to play in the studio yet.
What's that?
Your kids aren't old enough to play in the studio yet.
Oh, they're in their own studio and at home on the playing Fortnite or some game, some new game. That's their
Our
studio.
kids too, bro. Our kids too, bro.
How can everybody get your music?
What's that?
How can everybody get your new music?
Oh, you can get it on iTunes, you can go to Spotify, or you can go to henrykapono.com, click on Henry's House, and it'll take you right to my music, tell you all the stories about it, and you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One last question. How do you keep your hair? How do you keep your hair? Like it doesn't go, and
it's not easy.
So jealous.
I might have to go that way.
Henry Kapono, mahalo again. Mahalo nui for joining us. And again,
Love
get
you
that
guys.
music, henrykapono.com.
Love you
Love you guys.